Okay, we are all live now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all the way from Mysore. With me, we have Surendran and Bhupendran, who are our teachers for today as well. So, welcome to the online meditation session. Today, it's all about guided meditation for beginners. I got a lot of requests from all of you as to how to begin the meditation journey. And although this may not be perfect, this is not the only solution. This is a very good start for all of us to just see where you can begin if this resonates with you. Now, the first question that I do generally get asked is meditation Hindu or a Hindu practice? To which you will get an answer today. And first, let me just welcome, namaste and welcome. आपका क्या विचार है meditation के बारे में? Is it a Hindu practice? Or what do you think? Or what was your journey?
Well, as far as my knowledge, yes, it is from Hindu culture, and definitely because all the scriptures are engraved or totally full with that, what do we say, is meditation, and all the rishis are talking about the meditation. So definitely it is from Hinduism. It started from the Islam, but I'm not saying that it is limited to only Hindu or Hinduism. It is for all.
It is for all.
Yes.
That's right. What about you? What do you think?
See, as a practice, it can be practiced by anyone. It is for the humans to evolve themselves, to go from being a human being to an evolved being. That is the purpose of a meditation. But if we go to the root word, like, it comes from the word dhyana. Now we use meditation because of the language, which is English. But if you focus on the word dhyana, what it's trying to say is that only when the dharana has been achieved, then you can move into dhyana. So before we even talk about dhyana or try to practice dhyana, the entire idea of saying that I'm practicing meditation is that you are practicing dharana. You are trying to focus your mind onto one thought to get one pointedness of the mind. That is what is said in the Ashtanga Yoga also, or the Raj Yoga also. So for you to move into dhyana is that you have to transition from going into a focused mind into a thoughtless mind. That is what my understanding of dhyana is. Whether it is Hindu or not, the practice obviously comes from the scriptures and which is Hindu in nature or restricted to one section of the geography where it was practiced and then spread across the world. But it is not restricted to one religion. That is what I can understand.
Correct. So thanks for your thoughts. What my journey was, it was very simple. I did not believe in any of the chantings. And also I realized I was doing a lot of wrong things while I was starting to meditate. I was thinking, bed jao, and it just tries to show you that it's just a journey towards the self. So which is why to our audience who is going to be from various number of religions, practices while bringing up, I would just like to say this is a journey towards the self, and this is our attempt at Riyyog to bring you one step towards yourself. Today we're going to be focusing on breathing, but couple of things that I just wanted to discuss with all of you being in the live, and was what are the common mistakes, 2 mistakes that you did when you started your meditation journey?
Mistakes. Earlier I used to thought that just sitting in a perfect posture or keep yourself all the time straight. Yes, it is good that you have to practice to sit comfortably. And other thing was that only just try to concentrate on single thought, but it is not possible. Actually. It is not possible, and I tried a lot, and a lot of thoughts were coming, and then I was, I was driving with driving or deviated with these other thoughts too. So it was quite difficult for me to concentrate on a single thought. But over a practice, what I understood that you don't have to be focused on a thought. You just have to watch the thoughts which are going and coming, just like a Shakshi Bhava, like a witness history. That is what I understood over a period of time. So earlier I used to do mistakes, because no, I have to just focus on this thought, only this thought, or just or some name, or the let's say for example God name. People also chant small mantras, and completely I have to chant this mantra, and other thoughts are also hitting from so many directions, and you are I have, but no, just let the all thoughts coming and let them pass, and just see what is all is coming and what you are observing, but not just go with
the thought. Okay. What about you? Very quickly, 2 things that you did as a mistake when you started meditation.
It was long back, so it is like
You forgot what the mistakes were.
But like in general, I think I also made that mistake is not having the idea of what meditation is. It's not a process, it's a state.
Mm-hmm.
So some people confuse it with saying ki I'm practicing meditation. So there is no practice involved there. It's just
A state.
Yeah, it's beyond what is any practice can be. The process is different and meditation is different. So that one distinction was not clear in the beginning.
Wow.
And then
Over a period of time.
Yeah, exactly. Over a period of time only you understand that it is not something that can be achieved. As you said that it is journey to the self.
Correct.
So that self is we are, so there is no going anywhere. If you are able to slowly comprehend what it is, then you might have that experience. And then second in general, it's like there is no externality involved with it. Ki you are in a certain way, sitting in a certain place, going to the mountain, only there you can achieve meditation, or you only find, because the mind remains the same, even if you are going to the mountain and sitting there, you are taking your mind with you.
Correct.
So the external environment will not change the way you are thinking. Thoughts will come because that is how you have been for the past so many years, or maybe in so many lives. It's just not about this life. So that takes a lot of time, a lot of conviction, consistency, and patience. Obviously, you have to be patient with what you are doing.
Wow, thank you. So, with my own experience, what I observed was, number one, I did not understand the sequence in which you were supposed to meditate, which are spoken widely in the 8 limbs of yoga, which we will be talking. So imagine just waking up out of your bed and falling on your mat and just like trying to meditate. That will not work for sure. You need to have a sequence. Okay? Just because you're told to meditate does not mean you just like fall out of your bed and jump on the mat and you meditate. That won't happen. It is a process. Steps have to be followed in order to achieve what you're actually looking for. That's number one learning. And I would also say number 2, the first time I meditated with a teacher did not work for me. So I kept changing my teachers. I kept changing the styles of my meditation. And that's why I understood that, okay, one style will not work for everyone. So you have to keep exploring. Just like how you explore the number of yoga classes that you go to, or suppose a t-shirt doesn't fit you, so you keep trying new brands. So just equivalent to that, you will have to keep trying the number of meditation techniques to see which one has worked for you. So with this thought, I would like to jump into the sequence. Okay, so we'll just go through the sequence. What was the common mistake? My biggest mistake was I would just wake up and just sit on the mat, and most of the times I'm sleeping, but I think I'm meditating. So, so you do not differentiate between the two. You don't know what's happening. And जब लोग पूछते कि हो गया meditation, हाँ, because the sleep was amazing, right? So you're half sleeping, sitting, sleeping.
And yes, you are right with this, because so many times when people are doing in savasana also,
yes,
when they are doing the guided meditation, when they sleep, they think, oh yes, I have meditated very good. I did this practice for you, but it is not about sleeping. It is you have to be aware
about your thoughts.
Yes, and you have to be like constantly aware of your what is happening with your body and what is happening with your breathing. Not just fall asleep. Oh yes, it was very nice. It was very nice.
So that's when it's very difficult to differentiate, and I do get it that it is difficult for a lot of people, and hence we are today here to teach you as a beginner what to avoid, what not to avoid, what to do and what not to do. So firstly, let's go through the steps. The Ashtanga Yoga does talk about yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayam, pratyahar. We'll just discuss this for now. But what does this mean? It means that this is the sequence that needs to be followed while you're trying to achieve a meditative state, let's say, for example. So first you have to do the yamas, which means things that you should be avoiding in your practice. Now this is a very spiritual and very ethical thing that you're supposed to do. So that is supposed to be not done. Second is the niyama, the things that you are supposed to do to get ready for your mat. Now these may not be very big things, but they are very small things like don't steal, just surrender to the God and things like that. But these are also important. Now from the third step, I'm sure all of you will be able to relate to it. And that is the asana, the physical practice that you usually see on Instagram, people going with the head down and up. The asana is supposed to be done before you get into the meditative state. Fourth is the pranayama, okay, the breathings that you're supposed to do in order to reach the higher state. So what I used to do was get out of the bed and just fall off. So on the mat, as hilarious that sounds, it is true. But that's when you don't know the difference between a sleep. But once you've activated your body, once you've regulated your pranayama, and then when you go to the pratyahara stage, which means withdrawal of your senses, that's the only way you know consciously you're not sleeping, but you are trying to achieve and trying to regulate the thoughts in your mind. Do you guys agree? So this is what this learning the theory was like a biggest game changer for me. And that's when what I started doing was my asana practice. Of course, the yamas and niyamas are something that you're supposed to do in your daily life rather than just for your mat. But the asanas. Now we're going to do a couple of sukshma vayam, which is also like just a warm up for a couple of joints and a couple of breathing techniques, and then we'll be taking you to the meditation stage or a guided practice probably. We'll see what works. To know that this is at least the bare minimum you are doing before you get onto your mat to actually try meditation, or at least successfully say before you fail at meditation that I've actually tried it. Because most of the people say मुझसे meditation नहीं हुआ और नहीं हो सकता है, because they fail to do these steps. So today let's try to fill this gap in, and why don't we do some 2 minutes of sukshma vyam from the head till the toe while just being seated. Would you like to guide us through a couple of sukshma vyams?
You start with it.
Okay, fine. My favorite is neck, because I wake up every time with a stiff neck. So I just go very lightly right and left with the neck. For me personally, neck is a very sensitive area, so that's what I do. Just about 3 times. And my favorite is taking the chin up and then the chin down. Like, I never miss this because naturally it just opens up a lot in me. Then I just go with my hands on my shoulders, okay, joining my elbows and just taking 2 rounds clockwise and anti-clockwise. What I also observe with this is my breath opens up and my chest is because my chest opens up, I'm forced to breathe in like a lot more, so that awakens me. Would you like to show 2 exercises in Sukshma Vyayam?
Yes, as you said, neck is important, so I also start my movement with the neck. And 2 movements you showed, I do the 360 degree with the neck also. So
Okay.
I turn it to the side. When I'm taking the head up, I inhale, and then bringing it to the left shoulder. And then when I'm moving the chin down, I exhale. This is the movement that I generally do. And then you can do this 5 times clockwise, 5 times anti-clockwise.
Alright. Any other thing
Then
you
other
would...
than that, I hold the hand position, it's a Gong position where you can just...
So basically trying to touch both your
Yeah, correct.
hands behind, and it's perfectly fine if you don't, if you're not able to
If
touch.
you're not able to take this hand all the way up, you can just keep this hand behind you, like this, and then maybe use a strap or something.
Yeah.
Try to join it. And then I like to go do some side bending.
Okay.
You can raise your hand, do this way, next way, and then twist is important for the spine.
Yeah.
So you twist, exhaling out and twisting. That is one. Then gently forward bend,
Yeah.
never harm.
So basically, the more you rotate your spine, the more awakened you're going to feel. And yeah.
Last, I do
Yeah.
cradle the baby also. That
Yeah.
is very
Yes.
For your side.
Especially for sitting.
Would you like to show us 2 exercises that you do?
Yeah. Same as he followed.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe 2
we are doing
additional-
the sound bendings because we are stimulating our lungs, with the side compression, and the other side is spending. Then we are stimulating other lung with the
Yeah.
side bendings. And after that, this.
Maybe you
same-
can show in
Okay.
front.
And then yes, sir,
Yeah.
this thing just for your joints so that you can sit for longer, practicing for sitting longer and longer. Because otherwise people feel so much uncomfortable. Even in sitting in Sukhasana, sometimes your legs get numb,
Correct.
Yes. And of course the butterfly one. This is one of the favorite. Just do it slowly, yes. Especially if you are waking up in the morning. Just slowly, because people start immediately, no. Just
Very gentle.
yes, gentle. That's why we call it Sukshma Vyayam. The minor, and it has to be very gentle with the full awareness when you are like exhaling, you are just compressing your thighs against your stomach, and then you're inhaling, you are opening up this space, right? So you have to be very gentle with this, and of course with the full awareness and with the regulation of the breathing.
Any one asana you would like to show?
asana.
Yeah.
So asana, as in that helps the meditation you're saying, or Sukshma Vyayam, okay, not the asana, right? So Sukshma Vyayam, there is one wherein, so we stand up and it's more of an Utkat asana, but you keep the fist in front and then you bend. Good for your thighs, good for your ankles and knees. You stay here for longer. You can keep your shoulders also active by keeping them front. If you not have shoulder pain, you can keep them down and then do it. That's also one of the things that it's good for strengthening the lower body too.
All right. Great. So before we go into the breathing, we will just take 1 minute to relocate the camera angle, and then we will begin with the breathing exercises. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions, please feel free to write to us, and we'll just move the entire camera setup slightly behind to charge. So sorry for the disturbance, but hopefully we'll have a better session now with a better camera angle. Alright, so now we've already discussed the Sukshma Vyayam, and this is essential to just open up your body. Now we're going to do a couple of pranayamas, okay, and what essentially it means is once you've warmed up your entire body and you're free from it, it's going to help you to maintain a steady state, number one. And number two, with the pranayama that we're doing, the life force that you have within your body is going to just open up. Okay, and that is also going to help you in meditation. So we are going to tell you 3 pranayamas. Why don't you tell one? Each of us will discuss one. We'll try practicing one for 2 minutes and then we'll go on to the meditation.
So, one is Anuloma Viloma, the normal one without any retention. Just sit in comfortable position. Keep your spine erect. I'm not saying just keep your. You can just sit in comfortable position and keep your spine erect, not straight like army person. Just normal and erect. Keep your chin just parallel to the ground. Close your eyes very firmly. You can use Dhyana Mudra also, and with one hand the Vishnu Mudra. And you can always start. You have to always start with the left nostril.
So we're just keeping the hands in this position, which is the first 2 fingers go in.
So this is the Vishnu Mudra. Yes, your thumb is free. First 2 fingers are touching your palm, and last 2 fingers are free. So that you can just close and open both the sides of nostrils. So first, place your thumb on the right nostril. Now first you have to inhale completely with both nostrils, and then exhale completely. And close your right. Inhale to left. Then you can close the left and exhale through right. Then inhale through right again. And then close right with your thumb and exhale through left. So this is the one cycle, and you can repeat as per your capacity how much cycles you want to do it. So this is usually I start with.
So this is what I call the alternative nostril breathing also. If you want more details on this, there are already videos made, or you can just message me. I can forward you detailed as to how you can do this if you still have any doubts. So we'll continue. What other meditation would you like to do? What other pranayama would you recommend? Yeah. So why don't you guide us and we both will do it, and that would be beneficial.
So again, you are already in a seated position, so maintain that. Keep your spine erect and you're sitting firmly on your sit bones. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Chin is parallel to the floor. Back of the neck is elongated. You may close your eyes. We'll be using the thumb to close the earlobes, and then you can place all the 4 fingers on top of your head. Or the other way is you place the pinky finger on top of the upper lip, the second finger on tip of the nose, and the other 2 fingers on top of the eyebrows. This is called Shanmukhi Mudra. You can use this mudra to do the Brahmari, or you place all the 4 fingers on the crown of the head. And then mouth will remain closed throughout this practice. You inhale through the nostrils. As you exhale out, you make a humming bee sound. So you may do 5 to 7 rounds of it. After you release the hands, you keep your eyes closed, observe the vibrations around the skull, be more aware of the breath, breathe naturally without opening your mouth.
My favorite and the easiest one, which I recommend, is just equal breathing, because that's what I even end up doing in my meditation. So it's very simple. Same posture, Okay, and we're just going to count up till 4. So I'm going to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4. You both of you have to breathe in. And when I say 4, 3, 2, 1, you have to breathe out. I'm sorry, the camera angle has changed slightly. So I think now it would be a better view. So let's just try. With the back straight, first inhaling completely, exhaling completely. And let's start. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly opening your eyes. So all of these pranayama meditations have already been shot on videos and it's already uploaded. So whatever you want to refer, you can just message us and I can forward the link to you so you can follow it. Now these are not only 3 pranayamas that you should practice, there can be several more that you can do. That's completely upon you and the person who is guiding you, your teacher essentially. So that's completely a personal choice. Now we're going to go into the meditation. So we have done essentially the asana, the pranayama, the pratyahara, the primary pranayama that we had practiced helps you take your senses inside, withdraw from your senses and go more inwards. So now we're going to do the meditation itself. I have a very simple practice, but first I would like you both to tell maybe like a minute of meditation each. What techniques do you both practice? And then maybe I'll go in the end.
There are so many practices which I do. One is Nada Anusandhan, which is, there are so many practices which I use to practice the meditation. One is Nada Anusandhana, where, so there is one technique is Nada Anusandhana where we chant Akar, Ukar, Makar, and at the same time we have to be, when we are chanting Akar loudly, then we have to be aware from toes to the navel region, the downward side, and then Ukar till from navel to our throat, and then we are chanting Makar on the head region, and then after that thrice Akar, thrice Ukar and thrice Makar chanting, and full all together 3 times like A, U, Ma. Then we have to fully aware from the downside of the tip of your head, and 3 times you can repeat this process. This is simple, one of the simple meditative meditation technique, and just to calibrate yourself with the sound of the universe. As you know that Om is the universal sound.
Correct.
Yes.
Alright, so maybe we'll do 2 each. Okay?
Yes, we can do it. Okay. So usually I practice in Savasana, but we can do it in sitting posture also. If somebody is having difficulty in sitting, they can lie down in Savasana also. So please sit in very comfortable posture. Keep your spine straight. Relax your shoulders. Keep your hands open or in Dhyan Mudra as you like it. Chin straight, elongate your back of the neck, and close your eyes very firmly. Now first you have to aware of your breathing. Just inhale deeply and then exhale completely. Now you have to shift your awareness towards your toes, and from the toes to the navel, and just be aware of your lower part of the body. And now inhale deeply, and as you are exhaling, you have to chant Akar loudly. One more time, inhale. Then slowly you have to shift your awareness from the navel to your throat, the middle part of your body. Just be aware of your middle part of the body and inhale deeply. And as you exhaling, you chant Ukar loudly and prolong. One more time. Inhale deeply. So while chanting, you have to feel the resonance of the chanting in your part to part. And now you have shift your awareness from the upper region, which is your head. Now inhale deeply. And this time while exhaling, you will chant Makara without opening your mouth. One more time. While chanting, feel the resonance, feel the vibration of Makar chanting. Now you have to be full aware of your body from toe to your tip of the head. And this time we'll chant A, U, Ma all together. So now inhale deeply. One more time, inhale deeply. Now you can open your eyes slowly. So this is the sequence, and when you are chanting, you have to be full aware of your body. And like from A, you have to start, then U, shift your awareness toward the middle. Then when you are chanting Makar, then shift your awareness towards your head region. So this is one of the technique I use for meditation.
Would you like to run us through a meditation that you do?
So, the practice to go into the meditative state or the meditation, the practice that one of the practice that I generally do is 61 points energy awareness meditation, or the concentration, I would say, wherein we are moving our awareness from one point of the body to the other. So basically you are focusing on the flow of the prana or flow of the energy. So it starts from the Ajna Chakra point and it comes back to it. So if you guys are ready,
Yeah.
you can sit. I'll just guide you. I'll not take you through the entire practice because it takes about 10 minutes. So I'll just take you through few points and then we'll end there. So let's begin. You sit comfortably.
Maybe you can point to the camera as to where.
Correct. That I will do. You guys may stay in a keep your eyes closed and then sit comfortably. Take few breaths before you begin the practice. Now slowly bring your awareness between the eyebrows. Focus here as you breathe in and out through the nostrils, mouth remain closed. Now slowly move your awareness down from the ajna to the throat. That is your second energy point in the body. As you move from one point to the other, you move along with the breath. Let your awareness flow from one point to the other as smooth as your breath. And then slowly from the throat, you move your awareness further down at the sternum, where your Anahata Chakra resides. Bring all your awareness here as you continue to breathe smoothly and evenly through both the nostrils. And then from here on, we move to the right shoulder joint, which is your fourth energy point. Be more aware of that joint. Bring the flow of your energy towards the joint. And then slowly move the awareness down to the elbow joint. Point number 5. Going further down to point number 6, which is your wrist joint. Continue to focus upon the right wrist joint. And then gently open your eyes. So in this way we move from one joint to the other, and then we move to the fingertips, and then we come back up, and then move to the left, and then we go to the lower limbs also, and then come back up for the Ajna.
Wow. So we're already done with 2 meditation techniques. Now the third one, which I think works for me as a person. Of course, if you're an audience, you have a variety of 3 to choose from, and so many other that are available online. But I tried a lot of meditation techniques, and this one worked the best for me. So what I do is, I do Kapalbhati, okay, which I will explain to you in a minute. And after you've done Kapalbhati, you take a long inhalation and a long exhalation, and that's where your body does not feel the need to breathe anymore. So it's a effortless Baharya Kumbhak, which means holding your breath after your exhalation. And that's when I just observe here between my eyebrows, and of course I do get a lot of insights, lot of creative ideas during this process. So let me just show it to you what I do as a Kapalbhati, but I may do it a little fast, which may not work for all of you. So we're going to do a very slow one. We're just going to keep the hand on the right hand on the stomach to observe the movement of the stomach, and it's going to be a forceful exhalation and effortless inhalation. What I mean by this is, I'm going to throw my breath out like this. So my stomach goes inside, you're throwing your breath out, and I also took a breath in again, but there is no sound to it, so it's a very effortless one. So we all are going to show you 5 times how to do it very, very slowly. So depending on your level of practice, you can increase your pace if you've already practiced Kapalbhati. But what should not happen is, this should not happen, okay? So just make sure only your stomach is moving and your hand is here. So let's just try it 5 times, and let's go. Now the yogis along with me already have an intermediate or an advanced level of practice, which is why we all can do a little faster. So let's try a little faster to show people who are already in their journey of the spirituality as to how they can enhance their practice. So we'll do 5 more times, a little more fast, alright? So again, with hand always on the stomach to make sure you're not doing this. Let's go. as you observe, hopefully our sound is even coming while breathing out into the camera, to know that we're forcefully only exhaling and not inhaling as much. So this is the practice, and we can go a little more fast, but we will not be displaying that on video today in order to avoid anyone to enjoy their practice, because we're not supervising you. So this is the practice that we do. So as an initial beginner, I did this about 20 times, and once I did it 20 times, I took a deep inhalation, deep exhalation, and I just tried to hold my breath. Now, one thing I want you to notice is, I don't want you to hold your breath like this. It has to be very effortless, and only once it's effortless, you'll be able to bring your concentration to the middle of the eyebrows. And whenever you feel like breaking your breath, breathing in again, feel free to do that, and 20 rounds more, whatever your time and your body allows. So we're just going to do it 20 times, deep inhalation, deep exhalation, and then we're going to do. Just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. Alright, so all the yogis are going to do at their own pace, and I hope you also take this into consideration, your medical requirements or medical needs. As per, we hope you are already recommended by doctor to do what we are doing here. If not, please consult a doctor before you actually get into this meditation. So let's begin very gently, and with hands on the stomach always, to bring your awareness. Let's start. Feel like breathing in, you can. Rubbing your hands, placing it on your eyes in a cup shape. And ending your practice. Well, thank you so much, audience, for being there. Thank you, Surendra and Bhupendra, for joining unexpectedly end moment. Of course, meditation is better when the energies are aligned, and without any planning, we all got aligned. And for the audience, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We have amazing experts to guide us through your questions, and hopefully this is the beginning of your meditation journey, and it stays like that always. Please follow us for any more questions that you have, any requests that you have, that हमें ये workshop करनी चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए. We would be more than happy to take your requests in. Well, until next time, everyone, see you on the next live. Namaste, this is Riya Bhansali signing off. Thank you so much.